welcome to my channel. I'm Diane, the owner and creator of Vermont Lavender, where I make a lot of handmade soaps, lotions, body butters, and shower steamers. So I just want to welcome you to my channel and let's get to the video. So I am making this is the Wild Rose Oatmeal Honey Bath Bomb, and I'm using the heart-shaped mold right here. I have my baking soda, my water, distilled water, and my SLSA in here, and I just covered that up. And then I'm going to add I have Kaleido oatmeal here, and honey powder, and buttermilk powder. Wild Rose heart-shaped bath bombs. They're soft, they're floral, and perfect Mother's Day spa gift sets, especially when you pair them with a handmade rose soap I just finished making. So if you love to make beautiful handmade bath and body products, today's project is really special. And it smells so wonderful. And we're creating Wild Rose bath bombs and heart molds designed for spring gifting, self-care, and spa-styled gift sets. This batch actually coordinates with the Wild Rose soap I just finished making. So together they make a really lovely Mother's Day spa set. And I'll walk you through the ingredients I use, the scent blend, which is a wild rose, is so beautiful, and a few tips I use to get the bath bombs to hold their shape nicely. My own rose petal flowers, and I'll be adding that. And I'm just going to add very, very little because I don't want a lot floating around the tub. So it'll just be like an accent. So I'll stir this in a little bit more, and then I have to get my oils and I'll add that to it. Once the dry ingredients are mixed well, I add my color and fragrance. And I always mix slowly and carefully here, making sure to stir in between. Bath bomb mixtures can activate too early if they get too wet. So that's after you add your citric acid, you can have that reaction. So instead of pouring liquid in quickly, I usually add it slowly and mix to make sure that the texture feels slightly like damp sand. That's after you add the citric acid too. It feels like that. So when the mixture holds together in the hand, it's ready for molding. You'll see that later on in the video. Why rose is perfect for spring bath products? Well, rose is one of those fragrances that just feels timeless. It's romantic, floral, and it fits beautifully into spring and early summer collections. And I love the scent of roses. I grow many different varieties, and I'm going to be using some of them in this product. When customers come into the shop around this time of year, they're often looking for Mother's Day gifts, bridal shower gifts, and spa-style self-care products. And rose is always one of the first scents people reach for, besides my lavender products, which is what I'm known for. So for this bath bomb, I'm using Wild Rose fragrance, which has soft floral notes, but also has some brightness, so it doesn't feel old-fashioned. So it has notes of orange peel, pink rose, geranium, mimosa, lily of the valley, wood, and vanilla, and musk. And it smells beautiful, and I use it in many bath care products. It is about 32% for the moisture here in the shop. Okay, so I'm going to split the batch. Just want to test it. See how it stays like this? Squeeze it, drop it, and it stays. That's perfect. That's what you want. And I'll put the rose petal powder in here and the mica. That's my rose petal powder right here. And it makes the bath so really nice. It makes it almost like a pink color. And I'll add like a tablespoon. That might even be too much. And I'm going to add a little bit of mica too. And I'm using raspberry red mica. And that is right here. It's right here. And I don't know how much I'll need, so I just want to use it very little. But see how, let me show you. See, the rose is really a nice mauve, deep color, and then the mica is a nice bright pink. So those two together, it brings out the color of the rose. So let's just stir this up a little. It's a nice wild rose color. That's what I'm going for. So I'll have to mix this by hand. Just want to make sure it's all nicely mixed together. That's pretty. That's a nice pretty color. I might add a little bit more mica. I want it a little bit bright. There you go. It's a wild rose. Pressing the heart bath bombs. Now I pack the mixture into the heart mold. I like to press it firmly but not overpack it, because too much pressure can cause cracking as they dry. But also, if you pack it too tightly, it won't float. Sometimes you can just like poke a hole in there, and that does help to help it float on top of the water. But sometimes, you know, bath bombs are temperamental. So once the mold is full, I gently release it and place the bath bomb onto the tray to dry. And this usually dries within about 24 hours before I start packaging. And you'll see that later on in the video, or maybe in another video in another video upcoming, I'll show you how I package these as gift sets. Turning these into gift sets. This is where bath bombs really shine. Instead of selling them alone, I often combine them with the wild rose soap. And this is the soap that I made just a few weeks ago, and it turned out beautiful and it smells wonderful. You could also pair it with a rose sugar scrub or bath salts. So put these together in a simple box with shredded paper, and suddenly you have a beautiful spa gift set. Now I'll have an upcoming video on how I package them. This is exactly the type of gift people buy for Mother's Day, birthdays, teachers' gifts, and thank you gifts, and even self-care. And it turns a single product into a higher value bundle. Small business tip: if you're selling handmade bath products, collections are really powerful. Instead of just one product, think about a seasonal scent story. So for example, the wild rose could pair with a rose soap, a rose bath bomb, which we have here, a rose body butter, or a rose bath salts. Also, like a rose or wild rose shower steamer. And I have a video on that and how to make the rose shower steamers, and I'll link that below. So these wild rose heart bath bombs are one of my favorite designs for spring. I absolutely love them, and I hope you do too. They're simple, elegant, and they pair beautifully with rose soaps I just finished making. So if you enjoy seeing how handmade bath and body care products come together in a small business, make sure to subscribe and like the video. And if you like the wild rose soap that pairs with these bath bombs, I'll link that video right here for you to watch next. It shows the swirl designs and the botanicals top that I used that matches the whole spring collection. So I'll thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.